Immigrants, and when she was growing up in New York City, she often felt caught between the old world traditions of her immigrant family and the way things were done in America.
Rebecca herself was born in America, but her parents and grandparents came from Russia, and to them, for example, a 9-year-old girl was too young to see a moving picture. This was very frustrating to a girl who longed to act.
By 1914, Rebecca was 9 years old. Her father had a successful shoe store, and her mother ran a busy household with the help of Rebecca's grandmother, a Rubin, who lived in the apartment above theirs.
With 2 older sisters and 2 brothers, there was not much money to spare for fancy clothes. Still, a girl like Rebecca actually had several outfits for school and play. And because her sisters were twins, Rebecca had 2 sets of hand-me-downs to wear, something that came in handy when her cousin Anna arrived from Russia.
Fashions were changing, especially for girls in 1914. Instead of dressing like little women in tight corsets and layers of petticoats, girls were starting to wear more practical fashions designed especially for active children.
Rebecca's mother called this Rebecca's burgundy dress because of its color. But Rebecca, with a flair for the dramatic, preferred the elegant description from the mail-order catalog. A rich, garnet, herringbone twill for the sophisticated young lady.
Rebecca's dress has a drop waist, which means that it was unfitted at the natural waist. Drop waist dresses were often accentuated with a sash or belt like this one. The shiny gold offset buttons on the dress add a smart trimming touch.
Drop waists were not just for dresses. Rebecca's winter coat also had a drop waist. It was made of faux fur with a velveteen collar, cuffs, belt holders, and it was exactly what Rebecca needed in New York City. Walking to school or to her father's shoe store, Rebecca stayed warm even on the coldest days.
And did you know that in Rebecca's time, a lady, even a young lady, always wore a hat when she went out? It was considered the proper thing to do, even in the warmest weather.
Rebecca's hat was velveteen with a gathered crown and a wide brim. She wanted a change. When she wanted a change, she could update it with a new ribbon. In the summertime, however, Rebecca wore a straw hat.
The Rebecca doll was also wearing a shawl that was just like a large, colorful Russian shawl. Rebecca's mother and grandmother wore. Wrapped around one shoulder and head, shawls were a great way to ward off the chill.
Rebecca's mother bought her dress and coat through mail-order clothing catalogs, which had become common when Rebecca was a girl. Catalogs offered a wide variety of children's clothing at reasonable prices.
Ready-made clothing was affordable because it was being mass-produced in garment factories right in the area where Rebecca lived. In fact, some of Rebecca's relatives worked in those factories, where conditions could be very harsh for workers.
If a family couldn't afford ready-made dresses, mothers copied the styles from the catalogs and sewed at home so their daughters would be fashionable.
New York City was the center of the fashion industry in 1914, so having fashionable clothing was important, even to hardworking families like Rebecca's.
Great job, Rebecca. Let's show our appreciation.